Rosetta is a classic design. It's like the stairway to heaven of latte art. Even if you don't drink coffee, chances are high that you saw Rosetta on a cappuccino somewhere. So today we're gonna learn the basics of this beautiful pattern, and by the end of the video we'll share with you one training trick for Rosetta symmetry, but you can easily apply that to any latte art pattern. In the last videos we went through the milk steaming technique for latte art, and we covered how to pour a basic latte art design, a heart. We talked about symmetry, how to hold the cup, we talked about wiggling and tilting, how to get the espresso canvas ready for pouring the design, and other basic skills needed for pouring latte art. If you haven't seen the video, you can find it in the description of this video. Everything that comes today and later is based on those fundamentals. Starting with the milk. For pouring a nice Rosetta, I recommend using thinner milk, not very thick like the one you might like to use for the heart and tulip, as the designs hold more milk mass together. Rosetta consists of a round base and stream of leaves, therefore incorporating less air when steaming is recommended. Rosetta combines a wiggling motion that we've talked about in the previous video and adds a new movement, going back towards the edge of the cup. You might choose a jug with a sharper spout. The design will look more thin and the contrast will be higher. Phase 1. Mixing the milk with the espresso. First, you stretch the espresso canvas with a drop of milk. Make sure there are no visible white areas in the crema and that the milk base is well mixed with the espresso. For this design, fill the cup up to its 2/3. Now we've stretched the canvas and we're ready to paint. When you're starting to wiggle, hold the jug in the center the whole time and stay aligned with the vertical axis. As the milk is properly steamed and you have that canvas ready, let the texture and the weight of the milk do the job itself. It starts flowing on the surface, and by keeping wiggling in the center, the waves will push themselves away from the spout and you will see a kind of a heart design starting to wrap around, getting closer and closer towards the spout. So stay in the middle, don't travel with the jug. When you start to see the base wrapping around, now is the time to start wiggling back. Your pouring speed shouldn't change and your pouring height shouldn't change, as it might destroy the symmetry of the design. When you're getting closer to the back of the cup, stay at one place for a second to draw a spot. Lift your jug high and cut the design through like you would cut a heart. Don't stay too low when you're cutting the design, otherwise you will end up with a 200 years old oak tree and not with a Rosetta. If you want a more narrow design, you can wiggle a bit quicker and the Rosetta will look tall and lean. If you, on the other hand, want more of a wide design with the big leaves, often called slowzetta, just wiggle slower and you can add a wider side-to-side motion when you're going back. There are some mistakes to avoid. Make sure you mix the espresso with a drop of milk sufficiently, otherwise the pattern will not hold together and you won't get a nice contrast ring around the design. The most common issue when learning this design is that people have the tendency to travel with the jug towards the far end so they can push the base of the design further away. Do not do that. The design will collapse and you will lose contrast. We have a bonus tip to share, and it's from the legendary Chris Baca. When learning a Rosetta, you can easily avoid the most common mistake of traveling with the jug around the cup simply by duct taping the cup near the half. The tape is there, therefore you can't travel with the jug, and that will quickly help you to improve the symmetry of the design. Last, and in my opinion the most important latte art tip: be patient. Don't stress out if the design doesn't look amazing right away, and keep practicing the same good technique until you get it just right. Latte art takes time, just like everything good about coffee takes time and patience. Did you find this video helpful? Did you learn something new? Let us know in the comment section. Hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next video where we will cover my favorite design, and that's the tulip. See you guys.